Hey guys, this is Melissa from the House of Plaid Fuzz. It's been a hot minute since I sat down and did a video like this, and today I'm going to talk to you about what I've been doing with my hair lately. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe, and if you're not, welcome back. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would know that I have been following the curly girl method of hair care since probably about August. Just a little background in case you didn't know, I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years, and the curly girl method is actually based off of this book by Lorraine Massey, who is actually a professional hairstylist. And it's just different routines and products that are specifically for curly hair. She kind of has a different thought process on what curly hair needs, and it's been, I have more wavy hair than curly hair. According to the curly girl chart, I'm about like a 2B, maybe some 2C curls. And as you can see, my hair's pretty long. This is really long for me. Since my hair's really fine, it kind of pulls the curl or wave out. So it's not like my hair has gotten super curly since I've been doing this, but it's been a lot healthier, and I've just been happier, I guess, with the whole process. So I'm not, I am obviously an expert on hair. I'm not an expert on the curly girl method. This was kind of like learning a new language to me. So I'm just going to share like what I've done and what I've liked, what didn't work for me, but I would really suggest that if it's something you want to do for yourself, do some research on your own. First of all, I would suggest to anyone considering it, get this book. It is, I believe, super on sale for like $1.20 or something like that on Kindle right now. I will link that below for you, but this goes into how to figure out what type of curl you have, the different like techniques that work for, wavy versus curly. This just is kind of like the curl Bible, I guess. I definitely would recommend that you start here. There's a huge like curly girl community on social media, and there's just tons and tons of information out there. I think you almost need like this book like for your foundation of knowledge before you go into all these offshoots. I mean, everybody's kind of got their own techniques and ideas and whatever, and like honestly to me it was very overwhelming at first, and I've worked with hair for 20 years, so I don't know, maybe that hindered me from being able to wrap my brain around it. I don't know, but anyway, to get into the products I've been using, one of the main, I guess, like tenets of the curly girl method is that you do not use sulfates or silicones on your hair. Sulfates are like what you normally find in shampoos. They are pretty deep cleaning, and the idea is that it's too drying for curly hair. So what I have been using and liking for my shampoo is the Diva Curl Low Poo Delight. This line is specifically for wavy hair. And being that my hair is wavy, it tends to get weighed down more easily. So this is more deeply cleansing than some of the shampoos like the no poos that people with really curly hair would use. For conditioner, I've been using the Diva Curl One Condition Original. This is a pretty creamy conditioner. My hair is really tangly, tends to be real porous and dry on the ends. So I like a little bit of a heavier conditioner. And I also have been using the Diva Curl Melt into Moisture and the Diva Curl Deep Sea Repair for deep conditioners. This one is protein, this one is moisture. A lot of times I'll cocktail those two together. Now, even with doing, no sulfates, no silicones, you're still going to get some buildup on your hair. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the hair products that you may have seen that are sulfate free that tend to contribute to hair loss are because there are silicones and things in it. And if you never clean those out of your hair or off the scalp, it will clog your follicles. What I've been using for a clarifying shampoo, hold on to your hats, is this Suave Daily Clarifying. like I said, I've done hair for 20 years. If you had ever told me that I would purposely be using a Suave product on my hair, I would not have believed you. But this does have sulfates in it, but there's no silicones in it. So this will like deeply cleanse your hair without leaving any junk on it. Probably about once a month or so I do that, and then I usually every time follow up with the deep conditioner. So as far as styling products, basically almost everyone with curly or wavy hair probably needs a little extra moisture, and so they do recommend that you use a leave-in. This is another drugstore product. This is, I guess, a little higher end drugstore. This is the As I Am leave-in conditioner, and it's a cream you put in. I don't know, I've liked this. It doesn't seem particularly heavy or anything. I may try something else next time, we'll see. I put that in my hair first, and then, again, hold on to your hats. I'm using this LA Looks gel, this blue gel. I think I had this when I was maybe like 10, and I put so much in that my hair was literally crunchy. It's okay. I think I paid maybe $2 for this huge bottle, so I'm using through it because I don't dislike it. I'm gonna probably try something else the next time, like when I run out of this. But as you can see, I kind of have a mix of drugstore and professional products. Again, there is a ton of information on the internet as to what products are and are not curly girl friendly. I will link maybe some resources in the description box below to get you started. And you can also look for the Curly Girl Method hashtag on Instagram. You'll find tons of great people to follow with just tons and tons of information. So the last thing I'm gonna do is kind of walk you through like what my actual routine is now. Like I said, since I have wavy hair and not super curly hair, when I get in the shower, I get it soaking wet, but I tend to kind of like scrunch my hair up like this so the water's not pulling it straight down my back when I'm actually like under the water. And then, you know, shampoo, and when I rinse, I do that too. There's a method called like squish to condition, where basically, anyway, you're putting water in and like squishing it out. Just basically, I don't want to like fire hose my hair straight. With the conditioner, you're supposed to put enough in that it feels like seaweed, the consistency of. And at this point, you can like detangle with your fingers. I use like a pick or a wide tooth comb. I wish I didn't have to, because I feel like it does kind of interrupt like my clumps of curls. But like I said, just my hair texture is tangly. And since I've been doing curly girl, I only have to wash my hair about once a week. So when my hair sheds, since it is more curly, it's getting caught in there. So yeah, it looks like a small animal when I comb out all of the excess hair. Once I do my last rinse, and like, I don't like to leave a lot of conditioner in my hair because, again, it's fine and wavy and easily weighted down. But my goal is not to rinse it to squeaky clean either. But anyway, when I'm finally done, I try to make sure that my hair's kind of parted where I want it to be parted. And then when I turn off the shower, it's still dripping wet, and that is when I add this. I leave this sitting right by the shower. So when it's dripping wet, I put that in my hands, and then, you know, I'm kind of hungover, which I'm not going to do on this video. But then just gently squish it in, and then I put a little gel in. And then I do a method, it's called plopping. It's basically putting your hair up in a towel. I have a turban I really like. I've tried the Diva Curl towels, the hair repair towels. There's a lot of different options. Some people just use old t-shirts. Just the idea is that you don't want to use a regular towel because it's too rough. It roughs up your cuticle and it leaches a lot of moisture out of your hair. So after I take my turban or whatever out, you know, 10 minutes later or whatever, I have started doing, I believe it's called like the Smasters technique, where I will put a little bit more gel and like really get it wet, either use a spray bottle or just get my hands wet under the sink and scrunch a little bit more in. And then sometimes I let it air dry, but 9 times out of 10, I diffuse it on low. And if you have long hair or thick hair, you'll feel my pain. It takes a long time to diffuse. I'll diffuse it probably about 50% of the way, and then I will go through and clip my roots. I just take like kind of like duckbill clips and, you know, clip sections so I have a little bit of volume at the top, and then diffuse the rest of the way. Honestly, it does take a little while and it's kind of a production, but I have gotten it down to a lot less time than when I first started experimenting with like every product and every technique known to man. So I hope that gives you a little introduction to the curly girl method and kind of gives you an idea of what I've been doing. If this is something that you'd like to see more of on my channel or my social media in the future, let me know. Or if this is something that doesn't even remotely interest you, let me know that too. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.